longtime Atlanta radio personality Big Tigger is facing several serious charges, including aggravated battery and cruelty to children.
Jail records show Tigger, whose real name is Darian Morgan, was booked into the Fulton County Jail June 20th and released the same day. We've obtained the arrest booking information, which details all of the information of the arrest. You can read more right now on Atlanta News First.
One of our top stories this afternoon. So according to TMZ, the man on your screen, that's Big Tigger. He was arrested for battery and third-degree cruelty to children on Saturday. And according to police records, the longtime radio personality and former host of BET's iconic Rap City was booked into the Fulton County Jail on Saturday morning and bonded out later in the day. Now, officials with the jail tell TMZ that Big Tigger, whose legal name is Darian Morgan, was released after posting surety bonds totaling about $10,000, including a $9,000 bond tied to aggravated battery charge and a $1,000 bond related to cruelty to children. Now, Tigger's arrest comes after TMZ reported Morgan's wife, his wife, Alicia Brown, was involved in an alleged incident back in May that prompted authorities to open a domestic dispute investigation. And he was identified as the suspect in this case, although it's unclear if the incidents are connected. It's also unclear what prompted the recent cruelty to children charge. TMZ says they have reached out to Tigger. So far, they have not heard back. And Fox 5 is working to get his mugshot. We'll keep you updated on this story as we learn.
What's good, everybody? We're back with another major story, and trust me, this one has the internet talking. Before we get into the details, make sure to check out the link in the description if you want to watch the original news clips and reports from Atlanta media outlets firsthand. According to breaking reports that surfaced today, Big Tigger was arrested on allegations involving child cruelty and battery connected to his girlfriend. But here's where things start getting interesting, because this story comes with a lot of layers that many people are overlooking. As always, it's important to remember that allegations are not convictions, and there are still plenty of unanswered questions surrounding this entire situation. From what has been made public so far, several key details remain unclear, and much of the discussion online appears to be fueled by speculation rather than confirmed facts. That's exactly why I think people should be careful before rushing to conclusions. As someone who grew up watching Big Tigger, I can honestly say this news caught me completely off guard. Back in the day, Rap City was must-watch television, and like a lot of hip-hop fans, I remember recording episodes and following the culture through that platform. Big Tigger wasn't just another host. He helped shape an era of hip-hop media through his interviews, his presence, and the unforgettable moments that came out of the Rap City booth. His impact on the culture is undeniable, especially for anyone who later stepped into media themselves. That's what makes these allegations so surprising to many longtime fans. What added even more confusion was a series of photos that began circulating online, yet nobody seemed to have a clear explanation of what actually happened. Naturally, people immediately started wondering if Big Tigger was somehow responsible for the injuries shown in those images. The posts created a lot of speculation because they left the door wide open for assumptions, and social media quickly ran with its own narrative. Then came a twist that changed the conversation once again. The woman later stated that she never directly accused Big Tigger of causing those injuries, which only made the situation even more complicated. At that point, many people were left trying to figure out what was fact and what was simply internet speculation. Not long afterward, Big Tigger reportedly addressed the controversy himself on his radio platform, responding directly to the growing attention surrounding the case.
I'm really privileged to be here this morning, back at work. Over the past several days, there's been significant public discussion and speculation regarding my personal life. I understand this can happen being a public person. I've been doing radio now 32 years and television for 29. I appreciate first and foremost the support and concern that so many people have shown. I want to say categorically, these allegations and accusations that have been circulating about me are false, untrue, not happening, didn't happen. Additionally, it's important to clarify that Francesca and I have never been anything more than friends and respected colleagues. I'd like to apologize to you, Francesca, for the impact of these last few days or this last week.
Of my personal and my professional life. Throughout my 16-year career, I've worked tirelessly to build a reputation that is rooted in professionalism. To reiterate that I have never, nor will I ever, have an affair with anyone in a relationship or marriage. My mother and father, who are listening right now in Ellenwood, have been married for 42 years.
Now, according to conversations floating around online, and I want to stress that this has not been independently confirmed, some people are claiming that the woman involved has allegedly been connected to similar situations in the past. Various interviews and statements from individuals connected to her have been circulating across the internet, leading some viewers to question the full context behind everything that's unfolding. Whether those claims are accurate or not remains to be seen, but they have definitely become part of the online discussion surrounding this case. What's interesting is that the arrest reportedly happened on Saturday, yet the story didn't fully explode across the news cycle until today. According to reports, Big Tigger was arrested on charges of battery and third-degree cruelty to children. Law enforcement records indicate that the longtime radio personality and former Rhapsody host was booked into Fulton County Jail on Saturday morning before later securing his release. Officials reportedly stated that Darian Morgan, known publicly as Big Tigger, posted a total of $10,000 in surety bonds to leave custody. Reports claim that amount included a $9,000 bond connected to the battery-related charge and another $1,000 tied to the child cruelty allegation. The arrest comes after reports surfaced regarding an alleged domestic dispute investigation involving his wife, Alicia Brown, dating back to May. Authorities reportedly identified Morgan as a suspect during that investigation, although it remains unclear whether that matter is directly connected to the recent arrest. Records also indicate that Brown sought medical treatment for injuries before police were contacted and an official investigation was opened. She was later transported to a hospital, but authorities reportedly noted that her injuries were not considered life-threatening. Beyond that, many of the available documents leave significant questions unanswered. There is still uncertainty regarding whether any previous arrests or formal charges resulted from the earlier investigation. Even more importantly, the recent arrest records reportedly do not clearly state whether the charges are connected to the alleged incident involving his wife. That's why this entire story feels far more complicated than many of the headlines suggest. When those photos first surfaced online, I'll be honest, they looked serious. Like many people, I immediately started wondering what could have happened and whether Big Tigger was actually involved. If someone truly harmed another person, that's unacceptable, period. But then things took an unexpected turn when the woman later clarified that she never directly accused him of causing those injuries. At that point, I found myself asking the same question many viewers were asking. What exactly is going on here? That's why I'm trying to wait for verified facts instead of getting caught up in assumptions. Even with major outlets obtaining information directly from law enforcement sources and court records, there are still important details being described as unclear. When the reports themselves admit that key facts remain unknown, it's hard to confidently draw conclusions one way or the other. We all saw the photos weeks ago, and now we're seeing an arrest, but many people are still trying to understand exactly what specific events led to these charges. If this is going to dominate headlines, then eventually the public is going to want a clearer explanation of how everything connects. The reality is that fame often magnifies situations before all the facts become available. Until more information surfaces, all we can really do is follow the developments and see where the evidence leads. I'll definitely continue tracking this story and bring updates whenever new information becomes available. Right now, there are simply too many unanswered questions for anyone to act like they know the full truth. The images looked troubling, but the conflicting statements surrounding them have only made the situation more confusing. Nobody should rush to accuse someone without evidence, and nobody should ignore serious allegations either. That's why this remains a wait-and-see situation. One minute, the internet seemed convinced it knew exactly what happened, and the next minute, the narrative became much less clear. If she says she never accused him directly, then naturally people are going to ask who or what caused those injuries in the first place. Those are the questions that still need answers. For now, let me know what you think in the comments. Stay tuned for more updates, and we'll keep following this story as it develops.